Howdy, y'all. Welcome to the Beverly Hillbillies Facts and Trivia. Y'all kick off your shoes and you said a spell, all right? Now here's your host for the show, the old Kentucky boy himself, Mr. Bob Snap.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Beverly Hillbillies Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. Before we get started, I want to let you know that this is part 3 of the Baer Jr. interview with Stephen Cox. And it seems like it wasn't very popular. And I'm sorry about that, but I just find this very interesting and I'm hoping it'll catch on. That's why I'm continuing it. I really do hope you guys enjoy this, and please share them out with your family and friends if you don't mind. Now, I've been told that I'm talking too much at the beginning of these things, so I'm going to start on the video now. Here we go. Other than salary disputes, I heard you used to get pretty upset with yourself on the set, sometimes when you delivered your lines wrong. And Baer Jr. said, I try very hard to be good at what I'm doing. Imperfection bothers me. It's not getting mad at anyone else. It's getting mad at myself. I get tremendously angry at myself and my inability sometimes to do what I thought I could do, at least well, if not better. Another thing we used to say is the script is the Bible according to St. Paul. That was Paul Henning. The producer-writer is up in his room, and you can't have people on the set changing lines and action and everything. If you do, you slow down the production. In a movie, you can, but in TV, you don't have the time and luxury. So therefore, to have everything run reasonably smooth as a business, Paul Henning had to have everything done by his way and all the words his way. So we were basically puppets. We do the lines exactly as they were there. If there was a question, you get on the phone and call Paul and ask, hey. He'd say yay or nay. Most of the time, he would agree. Also, he'd be aware of what was going on. It was effective. However, it was also extremely frustrating because sometimes we get into situations where the people were trying to do their work, the script supervisor and director, by sticking to the dialogue. We'd all get tongue-twisted lines that we couldn't do. That was a strict rule, not to change the lines, wasn't it? Yes, but I'm probably the biggest violator of that rule. I guess it became from my natural gut feelings. I thought, if you wanted us to be puppets, you'd have gotten dummies, stuffed them, and made them out of cloth and wood, and had voiceovers. Did you ad-lib a lot? No, we didn't ad-lib at all. But I changed some lines into the way I think Jethro would say them. After you do it for a while, you become the character, and the writer starts writing for you in the beginning. You're doing what the writer has written. That happens on every successful television series. That's the way an excellent character is developed. Otherwise, you've been going to be able to grow any further than the original pilot screenplay. Did you do this from the beginning? Pretty much so, but they didn't want me for the Beverly Hillbillies. They wanted somebody else. They wanted somebody who's since passed away, real nice guy, and a good friend of mine, Roger Tomey. They tested him 4 times. He was big, the right size. He looked like a country bumpkin, and I was tested later in the afternoon. I didn't think I had a chance anyway, so I just laughed at everything. I bumped into things and laughed when I made the test with Buddy. If I bumped into a door jamb walking in, I'd say, excuse me, and just laugh. Now, the show was Paul's baby, wasn't it? All the way. Paul was a good guy, too. Look, I can criticize Paul at the same time, thank him. If it wasn't for him, I would never had the job on probably the most successful television show of all time. At the same time, I can be critical because nobody's perfect. And we all make mistakes, and I make more than my share, and I'm more than willing to admit it. Did the show seem to get sillier and sillier as years passed? Paul was running out of ideas. When you do 274 shows, that's a lot. How do you keep these people ignorant for such a long time? Later on, the jokes were a great deal more forced than in the beginning, when they were original. The first 3 years were the best. Did you watch the movie when it aired? No, I heard it was poor. Didn't have the charm. Granny wasn't there, and to me, Granny was the show. Buddy was a great straight man, a terrific actor, and a nice guy, but Irene was it. Without Abbott, there could be no Costello. Without Costello, there wouldn't be anything. Comic makes it work. Irene was the foil. Irene and myself got most, or where they burnt the most jokes, or the brunt of the most jokes, not Buddy. How did Irene feel about the success? Well, she was happy to be working. She busted her hump for a lot of years and never really made it in the business. And when she got her shot, she was going to ride that home into the sunset. She never wanted to make any waves. Did you mind playing Jethrine? In one regard, I would go in and play Jethro in the morning. I'd take all the makeup off, put on the base, which got rid of that the beard that showed up in black and white, play Jethrine, then take the makeup off and play Jethro again. I'd do that 2 or 3 times a day, and my skin was raw and all broken out. I said, hey, I'm not going to do it. We switched the schedule, and it worked better, and the character was fun. And then Paul kind of killed her off, I guess. Anytime you can play things other than yourself, it's fun. Many men playing women find a tremendous release because it's a chance to use your imagination. I may not have done it well, but I was exercising my creative muscle, which makes it very satisfying to do. How do you feel about Jethro now? Jethro's dead. It was something I was glad to do. I was proud to be a part of it. Probably more proud than in some respects. Some of my friends call me Jethro teasingly. It's like somebody calling you son of a bitch. If he's your friend, it's okay. If he's your enemy, it's not. And that's the way I feel about Jethro. It doesn't bother me like it did before. Sometimes I kind of enjoy it. I'm not interested in living in the past or holding on to it. There you go. There's part 3 and the final part of the interview with Max Baer Jr. I really hope you guys share these out, and I hope you can get other people to check them out. Other people to check them out, because I'm really into this, and I really enjoyed this. This is the best 3 videos I've done over here, in my opinion, because you get to hear all the backstage stuff, behind the scenes. So if you would, please share them out with your family and friends, if they like the Beverly Hillbillies, that is. I found it quite interesting. I hope you guys did too. Have a great day. God bless. Be praying for you.